here at Watkins Glen International for the 19th race of Season 3 of the SCRL Rainbow Truck Series. And for the second race in a row, Brandon Cam decided to mess up on the start of the race, so I had to go back, replace everybody back at random during the original race, and re-record the start of this race. So it's totally at random. Ignore the numbers on the right side. It's just how I had to do it. Carter Friesian, our Walt Disney World race winner, will be leading us to the green flag. Starting beside him is the 8 of Mia Saldou. Points leader Simon Fox. We started in the 22nd spot. Here's your starting lineup for today's race. All 40 drivers here today, both full and part-time drivers. This is the second time in series history we are racing at Watkins Glen in Season 2. Kevin McHugh won after 3 green-white checkered attempts, and man, what a race that was. McHugh scored his first career Truck Series win, and he earned that win. Unfortunately, Kevin McHugh is not here today to defend his Watkins Glen race win, and that's unfortunate because he earned that win, and he should be able to be back for this race to defend his win, but signups were filled up in a matter of hour, and a lot of good names are not here, like the Croach family, the Nixie family, Dryberg, McHugh, and yeah. So 9 laps is the scheduled distance here at Watkins Glen. Hopefully it'll be a good race. And without any further ado, here's the command for the 19th time here in Season 3.
Drivers, start your engines.
The field is rolling off. So Watkins Glen, the second time we are ever using this track. And I wish NASCAR, at least for the truck division, would return back here, but Canadian Tire Motorsport Park is a good racetrack. So there's that. So Watkins Glen, the second road course event of the season. Maria Valverde won the first road course event earlier in the season at Heartland Park, Topeka. So she'll be looking to win back-to-back road course events, but she has to come from all the way in the back. Pace truck pulls in, pull the belts tight. We are racing 9 laps here at Watkins Glen. And Carter Friesian puts the hammer down. We're racing at Watkins Glen. Off towards turn 1, and we already got a truck going 3 wide. That's Gustavo Ochoa in the 1. Trying to go past Sebastian and Richard Torres. Oh, he's got it. Wow. What a move by Gustavin. Excuse me, Gustavin. Or Gusto. Carter Friesian able to maintain his race lead. Up the backstretch. Into the trouble area, the bus stop chicane, where it has given us many, many crashes. Let's see what happens this time. Our leaders are through. Looks like everybody's able to maintain. There's our points leader, Simon Fox, the 13 truck. He's been on fire the past few races. He scored his first win at IRP, and then 2 races later, one at Nashville. Mia Saldou on the back bumper of the 88 of Carter Friesian. And a turn number, I want to say 10 or 11. And it'll be Carter Friesian leading the first lap. So he complete the first lap without a caution. That's kind of a surprise considering this track's history. Single file for the first 6 spots as Jean Carnelli tries to go past Alexander Rowe. Single file still as the 88 leads him up into the S's. Carter has won a race. He won the season opener at Walt Disney World, so he knows how to get it done here in the Truck Series. As you see, Gustavo Ochoa trying to pass the 8. Mia, see if he can do it. Into the S's. Nope, just cannot clear the 8. As we go back further, Max Anderson moving up. Look at the 65. Gatlin Downey having a good run. The part-time truck. Oh, we got the 80 truck, Greg Lee, our Tucson race winner on pit road. But there is no caution, so something mechanical must have broke on that truck, or he had a flat tire. As we had completed 2 laps, 7 to go. Here at Watkins Glen. Single file, as you can see, for a good portion of this race. Front drivers. Up, battle for second. Here comes Gustavo Archoa. Is that how you say his name? Gustavo Archoa? Have I been saying it wrong this whole time? Oh, it doesn't matter. I think it's the same name anyway. Gusto and Gustavin, same thing. Sebastian Torres trying to pass Mia Saldou, but here comes his brother Richard. Can Richard pass his brother? Yes, he will. So move Richard Torres up to the 4th spot. Sebastian Torres is about to be passed for 5th by Jay Jefferson. Of course, Jay won earlier in the season at Portland, and Sebastian won the next race at Evergreen. So, these 2 drivers, they have won this season. So Sebastian is able to keep that spot, but here comes Jay on the outside. Now the inside once again. So Jay wants to move up. Into this final turn. Sebastian with a run, but Jay on the outside, Sebastian on the inside. As we head off towards turn number 1. Nothing going on up front. Let's see who gets the spot. It should be Sebastian Torres, and it is. He got a good run. And you see the 86 of Max Anderson trying to go past Yang Carnelli, or Ying. As Carter is able to maintain his race lead as Gustavo Archoa tries to close in. These are 2 former race winners going at it. Carter won at Walt Disney World. Gusto won at New Hampshire. As here comes Gusto. Here he goes. Can he clear him? No, the 88 hit the ripple strip. And Gusto goes to the race lead. So new race leader, battle for second. Here comes Mia Saldou. Trying to clear. Not enough, but Richard Torres is going to be helping the 88. So Carter is able to maintain 2nd place as here comes Richard Torres into 3rd. But Mia is not giving up, fighting on the inside. Nope. Mia will keep 3rd. This will allow Sebastian Torres to close in on his brother. Will he help his brother or will he pass him? Sebastian did not make a move on his brother, at least not yet. Mia tried to block the 28, but just could not do it in time. And now Sebastian's going to make a move on his brother. And Sebastian with a huge run down the back stretch, and Sebastian will be moved up a spot. And Richard will lose a spot. He might lose another one to Jay Jefferson. Jay has been somewhat consistent when he wants to be. And when he does, he wins races and has good finishes like he is today. And Richard Torres will lose another spot to the 86 and Max Anderson, it seems. But Richard gets a run on the outside. Now the inside. Being pushed by Ying Carnelli. And Richard Torres will barely stay in front of Max Anderson. And he does. Back up front. Gustavo Archoa is being hounded by the 88, Carter. Carter wants his lead back. As we complete yet another lap. 4 laps to go here at Watkins Glen. And there you see the 80. Greg Lee is back out on the track. Apparently his problem has been fixed, whatever it was. As we go through the rest of the drivers in this race. We still got a long way to go in this race, so it's not over at all. As Gusto leads them down this long back stretch towards the bus stop chicane. Let's go with camera 2. Into this turn. And I'm surprised they have not had any crashes yet, but I did tone down the AI for this race so we could have more race quality, and I think it's been a good race. We've had battle for position. We've had a lead change. We've had no wrecks yet, which is kind of what people want to see on road courses and on this game. But I prefer to have good racing compared to wrecks, because those wrecks will come no matter what AI you put on. It's just a matter of time. Good racing, that's what you want to have every single race. Although there are some people who want to see just crashes, which I promise you will get crashes. But the question is when. We're going to have 2 laps to go. If a caution comes, oh, the 88 trying to get past the 1. If we do get a caution at this point, I believe the race will go green, white, checker, because there's a full lap of caution. So Gusto's just hoping, pleading, praying, please no caution, because we'll go green, white, checker. And we've seen green, white checkers at this track, and they are brutal to drivers. As he leads them through the bus stop chicane, single file for the first few spots. We almost saw Glen Downey spin out to 65, but he's able to maintain. We go down this little stretch, and up, caution. Oh, we got 3 trucks, the 4, the 42, and the 17. So I was mentioning that before, green, white, checker for the 2nd year in a row here at Watkins Glen. Looks like the 1 will be the race leader when we go to green, white, checkered. So as the field catches back up, we'll take a look at the first caution of the day as well as see what happened to the 80 truck. So before we take a look at the first caution of the day, let's take a look and see what happened to the 80 of Greg Lee. Running in the 19th spot. Let's see, he's heading up towards turn number 1, and his truck just starts slowing down immediately. I mean, you're supposed to slow down in turn 1, but he just goes way too slow. And he pulls off the track right here. He slows up to 75. So Greg Lee, he pulls off the track like he's supposed to. So that's a veteran driver right there doing the right thing. And he moves out of everybody's way, and he will stall on the track. The caution would not come out, at least not for Greg Lee. So that's what happened to Greg Lee. He had to be teleported back to pit road. And that's what happened to the 80. Now, let's take a look and actually see what brought out the caution as we fast forward. I believe it was the 17 of Zachary Fitzwater. As you saw the 94, Jimmy Potter, go onto pit road. Let's see what happened. Oh, the 4. Okay, that's what it was. The 4, Jeff Bright, racing side by side with Joe Jefferson. Looks like Jeff Bright makes contact and spins out right in front of Maria Valverin, who won our Heartland Park race winner. And then it's a chain reaction. When one truck spins, several others spin. That includes Zachary Fitzwater and the 42 of Gustavin Oldenburg. Hard impact by the 17. So we have a 3-truck spin in the bus stop chicane that brought out the first caution of the day, and it'll send us into green, white, checkered, which we will take you to first after your results. So unfortunately, that caution did in fact end the race under the scheduled distance, but we do have up to 3 attempts at a green, white, checkered. So from Gustavin Ochoa all the way down to the 4, Jeff Bright will compete in the green, white, checkered. Greg Lee will not, because he is 2 laps down, not 1. So Greg Lee has sealed up the last place finish for this race. Unfortunate for him. So we will have 39 trucks competing in the green, white, checkered, which we will take you to right now. It is time to settle who will win here at Watkins Glen. Because we had a caution within the last 2 laps of the race, we are going green, white, checkered for the 2nd season in a row here at Watkins Glen in the Truck Series. So Gusto Archoa was the race leader at the end of the scheduled distance, so he will lead us to the green. So everybody except for Greg Lee is here, because Greg Lee was 2 laps down. He could not compete in the green, white, checker because he was multiple laps down. So here is the stats. If we have a caution at any point there in the green to the white, we will go green, white, checker attempt number 2. Now in Season 2, we got 3 attempts. So Gusto gets the green flag. Green, white, checker number 1. As we head off towards turn number 1, here comes Jay Jefferson making it 3 wide. The same move that Gusto did on the very first lap. Into turn 1, still side by side between Carter Friesian and Gusto. Oh. We got, geez, we got a crash this time. It's a big one. So we are racing it back. Caution is out. Green, white, checker number 2 coming your way. But first, we got to get back around. So we have only 1 caution during the scheduled distance, and we don't even go, 2 turns, and we already got another caution. And to the bus stop chicane. Sebastian Torres goes a little bit wide, but that's all right. Oh, the 0-1 almost spun out, but he keeps going. Down the back stretch. So it looks like we're going to have green, white, checker number 2 here at Watkins Glen. As long as our leaders gets through the final 2 turns. And to turn number 11. And to the start-finish line, Gusto Ochoa will be our race leader. Well, let's take a look and see what brought us to green, white, checkered number 2. So here's what happened. It all started when Jay Jefferson made a 3-wide pass in turn 1. Now, there's nothing wrong with it. It just makes the other drivers go wide and stack up. Max Anderson gets clipped by Ying Carnelli in the 76 truck, and they make contact. Anderson gets spun out, goes into Richard Torres, and they head toward the tire barrier. Hard impact. Ying Carnelli flips over. The 65 got damaged, and 65 flips over as well. 16, 75, 10, 34, 21, 99, 9, 55, 26, 43, 77, 7, 19, 06, 94, 13, and a lot of other trucks got involved as well. As we rewind this. Since we're going to go to green light checker 2 anyway, I might as well go ahead and take a little bit of time to watch this. Hard impact to the guardrail and the tire barrier. So Gatlin Downey hits Ying Carnelli. That sends Ying for a spinner. Then the 16 hits the 65. So that's kind of ironic because the 76 and 16 are teammates. So Gatlin Downey made Ying Carnelli spin out. And Bafu Sakri made Gatlin Downey spin out. And then look at this. Log jam. The track is blocked. The red flag is out. And we will go green, white, checkered, number 2 for the second time here at Watkins Glen. We'll clean this mess up, and then we'll take you to your results in the green, white, checkered, number 2. So because of that big wreck, we are going green, white, checkered, number 2. So from Gusto Ochoa all the way down to Diego Yepes, he also did complete the lap under green. I don't care what that says. He retired after he crossed the start-finish line, so he will compete all the way down to Riley Spurley team will compete in the green, white, checker. So we will have 34 trucks competing in the green, white, checkered. From Max Anderson all the way down to Richard Torres, they will be out of the race due to damage they received during that big crash. So we will have 34 trucks competing in green, white, checkered number 2, which we will take you to right now. So this is the second of 3 attempts at a green, white, checkered here at Watkins Glen. During the first green, white, checker, we had a big wreck. And we only have 34 trucks here for green, white, checker number 2. Once again, the rules are plain and simple. If at any point during the green to a white we get yet another caution, we will go green, white, checker number 3. Up to 3 attempts going by NASCAR rules. Later on in the seasons, we will have, up more than 3 attempts. But for this, we only have 3 attempts. So this is green, white, checkered attempt number 2. Gusto Ochoa is our race leader. And green, white, checker number 2 is underway. Gusto Ochoa gets the green flag. Anybody? Yep, there comes the 98. Jason Larker trying to get a run. Carter Friesian run on the outside. But it's Gusto Ochoa clearing him on the inside as we head up towards the S's. Looks like we made it through that turn. Gusto defending against Carter Friesian, and he chucking the wall. That's the 77, Diego Yepes, 4 wide. And Marcus Sanchez is slow for some reason. He's picking up the pace. Head toward the bus stop chicane. Gusto goes slow, trying to make it through. Looks like everybody made it. Yes, they did. I'm kind of surprised by that, but they did. Down the back stretch. Drivers battle for position. Here comes Jay Jefferson for second. Here goes Mia Saldou, making it 3 wide. She's going to push the 2. This is all happening behind the 1. Into turn 11. Still no caution. Still no caution. Still no caution. White flag, 1 lap to go. This race is official. The question is, who will make it back? Carter Friesian is able to maintain second place, but Jay is fighting hard on the outside. Can he get a run? No, he can't. He's trying. He's still trying. He's still trying. Into the S's. Carter will have the preferred line. But Jay with a run. This has allowed the 1 to pull away. Carter Friesian takes over second place. Down the backstretch for the final time. That was all Gusto Ochoa needed, but can he make it through the bus stop chicane? Yes, he does. Last chance for these drivers to gain a spot. Jay Jefferson is going to lose 2 to Jason Larker and Mia Saldou if he's not careful. Down the backstretch for the final time. Or this little short shoot. Gusto Ochoa survived the scheduled distance, was the race leader. He survived green-white checkered attempt number 1. And with the drivers battling for second place, Gusto Ochoa is going to take advantage. And to turn number 11 for the final time. He's going to do it off of turn 11. Gusto Ochoa scores his second Truck Series win here at Watkins Glen. What a race that was. Man, oh man. Here are your race results. Gusto Ochoa scores his second win of the season. Man, what a race Watkins Glen is. It always provides some of the best racing on NR 2003 has to offer. Second was Carter Friesian, oh so close. Third, Jay Jefferson, you got to give it to him. He tried to go on the outside, just wasn't able to stick. He finishes third. Fourth was Jason Larker. Fifth, Mia Saldou. Sixth, Marco Yepes, good run for him. Sixth, Alexander Rowe. Seventh, Sebastian Torres, good run for him. Ninth, Shuttle. And 10th was Derek Edison, good run for Derek. And our points leader finishes 23rd. Not a good day for Simon Fox. Rest of your race results, all the drivers who finished the race on the lead lap. You can take a little look there. So that is it for Watkins Glen. We'll take it to victory lane for the second time here in Season 3 with the number 1 truck of Gusto Ochoa. Here are the point standings after the 19th race of the season at Watkins Glen. A wild and crazy race that was. Simon Fox now has a 185-point lead. Basically, he has a whole race advantage over his closest competitor, which is Shuttle, 185 points behind. Third is Zachary Fitzwater, 187 points behind. Fourth is Marcus Sanchi, 196 points behind. And fifth is Maria Valverin, 202 points behind. Sixth is Alexander Rowe. Seventh, Jay Jefferson. Eighth is Watkins Glen race winner Gusto Ochoa, who scored his second win of the season. Ninth is Carter Friesian, so close to getting his second win as well, Watkins Glen. And 10th is Ying Carnelli. 11th is Tim Randolph. 12th, Bafu Saktu. 13th, Joe Jefferson. 14th, Kekel Whiteline. 15th, Gustav Oldenburg. 16th, Salmon Oskin. 17th, Mia Saldou. 18th, Steve Larker. 19th, Diego Yepes. And 20th is James Stapolito. 21st is Marco Yepes. 22nd is Brian Fox. 23rd, Muhammad Zain Abdullah. 24th, Max Anderson. 25th, Jason Larker. 26th, Macron Astu. 27th, Richard Torres. 28th, Greg Lee. 29th, Zaptos Amaritos. And 30th is Sebastian Torres. 31st is Keith Stevens. 32nd, Jeff Bright. 33rd, Eli Bright. 34th, Al Lagacy. 35th, Derek Edison. 36th, Gatlin Downey. 37th, Evan Rudd. 38th, Jimmy Potter. 39th, Riley Spurley Tube. And last is still Joshua Rush. Now for our Rookie of the Year point standing, Simon Fox as well is in control of that. He has a 20-point lead still over Carter Friesian. Third is Gustav Archoa, 20 points back as well. So he's tied with Carter Friesian, but Gustav Archoa will get the tiebreaker because he has more wins compared to Friesian. Fourth is Maria Valverin, and fifth is Gustav Oldenburg. So the Rookie of the Year battle is still close, but the Drivers' Championship has expanded a little bit due to Simon Fox's good finishes. So that is your point standings at the 19th race of the season at Watkins Glen. We'll next see you at the 20th race of the season at the Richmond International Speedway. And until then, keep the hammer down, and we'll see you at the track.